I'm sorry, Mr. Irvin, and I'm sorry, but this might be their year. I don't know. I picked them. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Irvin. I like this. This look good on me, man. This look good on me.
It would be a home game for them.
I'm sorry, Mr. Irvin.
All of Dallas with those on. They came. They were at my restaurant. They got a whole. They knew they knew they would have beat the Cowboys because they all came at the restaurant.
They flooded your spot.
Cowboy fans. Oh my God, it was crazy. I had to take pictures with them after they whooped our butts.
How many text messages? How many text messages did you have on your phone after the game?
Oh my God. Well, the first one came through. This old joker, he texted me early. That old laughing man. That's all he texted me with. right. I was like, this joker, I ain't even texting him back. I'm gonna let that go. But yeah, because people know, especially last week, they stopped the run. They did so great, and that's all they were talking about is this team and Mike Zimmer defense and how well it is and how much better it is than Dan Quinn at stopping the run. But then you turn around, and that was just a thrashing. That was a thrashing. And you could see it early on. There was no chance for the Cowboys to come back. Dak, they couldn't stop the run. They couldn't stop the run. And then turn around, Dak was off. Dak missed CD on a post route. He missed a couple throws that I thought he should have and could have and had made a number of times. So, yeah, that was a bad loss. That was a bad loss. It was a loss almost like maybe you read too many of your own clips in week 1 and didn't show up here in week 2. And let New Orleans surprise you with that great run game, that offensive line of New Orleans.
How are you feeling about the Cowboys after the loss, Key?
I'm not in the panic mode for them at all. But here's the problem when you look at the schedule for me. Now I start to panic. If they drop this one in the Ravens this upcoming week, and then after that one, you got the Giants, which they should win, even though, who knows, they should win. Then you go to Pittsburgh. Ugly style of play. Right? People don't like the style of play of Mike Tomlin, meaning they want to see the ball thrown all over a lot of posts, a solid defense, a hard-nosed quarterback that's not going to turn the ball over in a running game. That's what they're going to be up against. That's a problem for the Dallas Cowboys. Then they play Detroit, which Detroit can win. Then they get a bye, and they go to San Francisco. By then, I'm thinking Christian McCaffrey is back. That's when you start to worry about them a little bit. Because if you drop this one to the Ravens, doubt starts to creep in as to what type of team are we? Who are we? Okay, you can erase that 65-yard touchdown for CeeDee Lamb. If you erase that, what was this offense? What was this offense? Them dudes closed their eyes. This is what they did. They closed their eyes. CD goes 65. Ain't his fault. But I'm just saying that they make that tackle. What are we talking about with the offense? You pay the guy $60 million. People going to start screaming and hollering about that. Yeah, it becomes a big distraction in Dallas. And Dallas doesn't handle distractions all that well. This ain't what Michael and them play. Okay, this is like a different type of team and personalities. Whenever they get these distractions, the Cowboys tend to do this. They beat up on the poor guys, but the big boys, they can't bully.
I mean, I never was too high on the Cowboys in the first place. I thought, they're a good team, and we said, and Keith said it a week ago, that if the Dallas are going to be anything, that Dak has to be the MVP of the league. And, through the first 2 weeks, he hasn't shown me that. Like, can he become that eventually? Yeah, I know. I don't like to overreact. It's only week 2. But this is disturbing to lose this way.
Yeah.
You want to say we're going to be competitive. You were 12-5 a year ago. You come in here, you guys feel good. Everybody's signed. Everybody's comfortable. Ain't nobody got to look over their shoulder, worry about their contract. So when you're playing games like this, sometimes, and I've been a part of a lot of games, and sometimes it's not that you lose, it's the way you lose.
How you lose, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when you lose like this, it kind of can break your spirit. So, like, coming in today, I don't know if you watched the tape or this is one of those games. I know when we had games where we lost by 40 points or something in basketball. You know what? We're going to let this go. We're not even going to watch this. We're not even going to, you know what I'm saying? There was nothing to learn from this. So you guys, today, we might even have a day off. Y'all get off your feet, and then we'll come back, refresh, and go over it for next week.
I think the other problem is, obviously, we all know the Cowboys are better than the Panthers, but y'all lost the same way. Y'all got ran out of your building the same way that they just did this to the Panthers, who we know are the worst team in the league, who they just benched their #1 overall pick. So obviously, Cowboys fans, relax, please. I'm not comparing the two, but you don't expect to lose the same way that the Panthers lost. So that feeling of losing badly, and then you can't do the same things that you were struggling with last year. And you mentioned the offense. They couldn't run the ball either.
Couldn't run the ball. And the only offense then becomes, like he was talking about, CeeDee Lamb. And if Dak is off and missed CeeDee Lamb on that post route where he kind of threw, he had the whole side of the field. He could have thrown that ball anywhere. Throw the ball over here and
let him go get it.
Another touchdown. So if that's off, then yeah, we were dead, man. And you mentioned it. They didn't punt until 9 minutes left. I'm like, what is going on?
That was bad.
I mean, nobody stopped anybody. Every drive was a score. That's got to be demoralizing for a team that played the way they played in week 1 to return and feeling good about themselves and play like that in a home opener. And they haven't lost a home game in, 16 games?
During the regular season, yeah.
Right, regular season, it's a lot of games. I just put that out there for you.
Do you really want me to start?
I'm just saying.
Because them games that they played at home, they wasn't. No. You turn to me. You turn to me and try to be slick. Now I can deep dive into the facts if you really want me to. I'll give you a pass. Because them home games that they won.
Pass, Joker. You gave me the first tweet. You couldn't wait. The game was still going on. You ain't no pass, Joker.
Right. Because he hit me during the Dolphins game with the same one. I'm like, I'm watching the game. I know. You want to pour a little salt on the suffering.
He said 16 straight games at home.
At home, right.
Against opponents
that the NFL put on their schedule.
No. Against opponents who are less than 500.
That part.
Okay, so we want to start to do that. I can do that if you really want to. I think Dallas is still in the mix. Time has not run out on them. But if they can get it turned around and get it together, they're going to run out of time, and that's just what it's going to be.
Well, they're going to have to get it together quickly because the run game will be a problem next week for the Ravens.
Here it comes.
Are you concerned about that, obviously, with the next opponent being the Ravens? Because they do have the Giants coming up after that.
I'm sorry to cut you off, Joy. I started looking at this schedule a little bit deeper.
Oh, man.
Ooh-wee. Man,
What you seeing, Key?
Because after San Francisco, they go to Atlanta, which is nothing. But then they got Philly and Houston back to, God, Lord.
That's a tough stretch. You have San Francisco, Atlanta, Philly, and
Joy, you were talking with me.
Yeah.
Listen. My stomach still hurts. Been hurting ever since. That's how bad I feel right now. Don't listen to him. Don't worry.
I happen to just
look at the schedule. All we can worry about right now is what's in front of us.
And when you what's in front of you is Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson.
Right, and that's the whole. And they're trying to get on pace.
They're trying to get on pace.
And they're trying to get in the right spot. And they want. And they know the primary way for them to win football games is to get Lamar and Derrick Henry going. And that's exactly what they're going to do in Dallas. So Dallas has to man up, match up, and then play better, much better on offense and put some points up.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.